Questioning, right? Who am I after cancer? That
I think acupuncture.
yes, that is self-care. Beautiful.
By age and 55 plus exercise last 3 days a week.
Yes, wonderful. Okay, so you're already, you need to be up here. That's beautiful. Okay, yes. So it's taking care of yourself. So the WHO, the World Health Organization, says that self-care is the ability of individuals, families, and communities to promote and maintain their own health, prevent disease, and cope with illness with or without the support of the healthcare provider. And can include medicines, it can include devices, diagnostics, it can include digital tools, it can include anything. Salt baths, exercise, all those things. And also includes practices, habits, and lifestyle choices. So all those things that keep us well.
Oh my gosh, okay.
So how do we practice self-care? We already kind of talked about it. Exercise and movement. Exercise and movement is associated with lower risk occurrence. Love that. Decreased mortality and improved mood and quality of life. Meditation, right? According to a study by UCLA, they found that meditation reduced depressive symptoms, right? That low mood, that sleep disturbance, and it had long-term effects. Eating a balanced diet, we heard all the great, wonderful things about diet. Eating a lot of protein can really involve muscle mass, all those great things. I'm not going to say more because I'm a dietitian and giving bad advice. Stress management and relaxation. Oh my gosh. As we also heard, stress can really impact cancer and cancer diagnosis, right? So we want to reduce some of that stress. That could be through exercise, meditation, reading a book, taking a salt bath, all those things are stress management and relaxation skills. But what else is self-care? A lot of times in the media, we see self-care as taking bubble baths and putting on a face mask. But self-care is also doing the hard work. So it could be sexual health, having difficult conversations with your partner around what sex and intimacy looks like. because it may look different, as we did earlier. And having those different talking about your emotions with your partner, right? Setting boundaries with your partner. Hey, I'm feeling really low today. Let's talk about it. Being vulnerable that you're close to is also something.
Can you speak up a little?
Yes. Therapy and or medication is also self-care, right? There's nothing wrong with going to therapy. Therapy can really help you sort through your changing relationships, your body image issues, all those things. And if it reaches to a point where you need medication, that's also expensive. Attending follow-up appointments, getting care is self-care. Meaning making, right? What do I value now? What do I find meaningful in my life in this stage? Advocating for yourself. I'm huge on that. If you feel something, say something. Even if the physician says, well, you might be experiencing anxiety, then you can get treatment for that. But speak up for yourself. Bring an advocate if that's necessary for you. Community. I think in this society, we think that if you're having a mental health crisis, you just have to do it alone. You do not have to heal alone. Healing happens in community with people, right? We're here in community, learning, growing, increasing our knowledge. So you do not have to do this alone. Any questions? Okay. I included some resources that I really like and have worked with. So there's the African American Breast Cancer Alliance, which is really amazing for minoritized individuals who are breast cancer survivors. We have the Cancer Survivorship Program, in which we are right now. Survival to Strength, that's so funny that they showed up. That's a really great resource to get exercise and movement during survivorship. Yoga's Club, yay, it's also wonderful place. I've worked with the breast cancer support community in Delaware, which is a part of Yoga Club, and they offer a lot of beautiful sources. For my young breast cancer survivors, which is close to my heart, our Young Survival Coalition, which is about young women facing breast cancer. Can be really helpful. Psychology Today, you can find any therapist that does any type of work. People that specialize in cancer like myself can be there. And then we have the Pink Ladies, which is associated with the Alliance, and it's also for minorities individuals who are cancer. Mental health treatments. Who has been in therapy before? Anyone? Oh my gosh, that's amazing. That's great for me to hear. Okay. So one of the major therapies for breast cancer survivorship is meaning-centered psychotherapy. And that, like my big take home is meaning, right? How do we shape our meaning after an illness, right? What are our values? That's what meaning-centered psychotherapy is. Then we have cognitive behavioral therapy. That can help with our thoughts, right? I think earlier I said, sometimes there's this thought of like, no one understands me. That causes isolation, right? That behavior, and then that causes anxiety, etc. Family therapy. Oh my goodness. Well, I guess you'll get billed for this, but family therapy is very important, right? Because there's those changing relationships. How do we navigate survivorship now? Maybe you have kids, right? How do I tell them how I'm feeling? How do I communicate? Family therapy. Okay. How can I communicate to my partner? Mindfulness-based psychotherapy. I love mindfulness. It incorporates more of that acceptance, just noticing thoughts instead of trying to change them. And there's general supportive counseling. If you're like, hey, I just want to sit down and talk, supportive counseling is also available. And spiritual counseling. There can be a lot of spiritual, conflictual thoughts going on in your mind after survivorship, right? I think I said earlier, why did God do this to me? What does my faith look like after going through this horrendous experience? What does that mean? So those are all types of mental health treatments. I wanted to do a brief meditation after this. Next slide. Sorry. So I want to do a brief meditation because I love mindfulness and meditation, and it's a body scan. We did that earlier, but mine's going to be a little bit more. So can we dim the lights in your I think so. Maybe I just can't see. Oh, I think it's like, or do you all see this?
I think it is.
Yeah.
Theater. We got there.
So, we can begin by making yourself comfortable. Sitting in a chair, right? Or something. And allow your back to be straight in your chair, but not too stiff where you're feeling tense. And you can put your feet on the ground, right planted on the ground. You can also do this practice standing. I always like to say, close your eyes, just have a soft gaze on something. I want you to take several long, deep breaths. Breathing in fully, exhaling slowly. So 1, 2, exhale. Breathing in through your nose, out through your nose. And with each exhale, inhale. Feel your stomach expand on an inhale and relax and let go. Now I want you to begin to notice the noises around you in this room. Begin to shift your attention outside to inside. If you are distracted by sounds in the room, simply notice this and bring your focus back to your breath. Now slowly bring your attention down to your feet. Begin observing sensations in your feet. You might feel tense, or they might be hurting. You can assign a color to feeling as well as sensation. While you're noticing, feeling the inside of your socks, shoes, I want you to notice any physical sensation without any judgment. You might imagine sending your breath down to your feet as if the breath is traveling through the nose to the lungs and through the abdomen all the way down to you. And then back up again out through your nose. Perhaps you don't feel anything at all. That is fine as well. Just allow yourself to feel the sensation. When you are ready, allow your feet to dissolve in your mind's eye and move your attention to your ankles, calves. Observe any physical sensation. Breathe into, breathe out. Always assign color to it. If your mind begins to wander during this exercise, gently notice this without and bring your mind back to the sensations. If you notice any discomfort, pain, sickness, do not judge this. Do not attach any meaning to this physical sensation. Simply observe how all the sensations rise and fall, shift, change. Notice how no sensation. Just observe, allow the sensations to be in. Just as they breathe into and then on the next out breath, allow the legs to dissolve into your into the sensations. Softening and releasing as you breathe in and out. Slowly move your attention to your mid-back or back. Become curious about the sensations. You may be aware of sensations of muscles, maybe. Untap. And with each out breath, you may let go of tension. And if you're carrying tension, you can imagine it as a color. And with each out breath, letting go, breathing out. And then, very gently, shift your focus on the stomach and all the internal. Perhaps you notice feeling clothing. Perhaps you notice that you're hungry right now. It's 11. It's 12. If you notice any opinions arising in these areas, let them go. And return to less noticing sensations without judgment. And now I want you to become aware of your chest. Observe how the chest rises during inhale and falls. Exhale. Let go of any judgments. Breathe in. The next out breath, shift your focus to your hands. See if you can channel your breathing to and out of this area. And if you're breathing in and out. And if your mind wanders, just bring it back. Breathing in, out, and focusing on the sensation. On the next out breath, and observing the sensations. Noticing how your clothing feels. And as you exhale, you may experience the arms soften. This is an area, shoulders are an area often that we experience tension. I want you to be with the sensations of shoulders. It could be tightness, rigidity, floating. You may notice the shoulders moving along. Let go of any thoughts, stories you tell. Let go of the stress, weight that you may be carrying. As you breathe, you may feel tension rolling. The next up, I want you to shift your focus, scalp, head, face. Observe any tightness. Observe the sensations that are occurring right now. Scalp, head. Notice the movement of the air as we in. As you exhale, you may notice the softening of any tension. Relaxing your face. Now, let your attention expand to your whole body. Bring into your awareness the top of your head to the bottom of your toes. Feel the gentle rhythm of the breath that goes through. Breathing in and out. Sitting with those sensations. Not putting any judgment. As you come to the end of this practice, take a full deep breath, taking in all the energy of this practice. And then I want you to exhale fully. And when you are ready, you may open your eyes. Turn your attention to the moment. As you become fully aware and awake, consider setting the intention of this practice of floating awareness benefit everyone you come into. What was that?
We have you on a recording over and over.
You were not the first person to tell me that. I'm like, I need like a side hustle. Yes.
You would be wonderful.
Okay. Okay, we'll go back to the. So I want to leave you with this quote from Audre Lorde, who's one of my favorite authors, who also had breast cancer and unfortunately passed away. I do not wish my anger and pain, fear about cancer to fossilize into yet another silence, or rob me of whatever strength can lie at the core of this experience, openly acknowledged at the same time. And I invite everyone to, I know that we have busy schedules, to implement one self-care shift without having those difficult conversations, whether it's doing a salt bath, whatever it is, for at least 5 minutes per day. Thank you so much. Are there any questions?
I have one, I guess. Sure. At one point in time, I don't do this so much anymore, but at one point in time, there was very much this like, you know, bigger awareness of mortality. So, it was kind of this, oh, gotta make every moment count, every second's important. And then it became less of a positive thing and more of like, there was a lot of pressure on time. Anytime I was mad at my kids, I was like wasting time. If